By now, the HOA's pattern of overreach had become painfully predictable, but no less destructive. That year, they once again targeted my shed, deciding it needed to be razed. The rationale? Apparently, the shed was an unauthorized structure that disrupted the HOA's perception of aesthetics, completely ignoring the fact that it was essential for farm operations, storage, and the protection of animals during storms. Karen and her officers arrived early one morning with machinery, ready to tear it down. When I saw them approaching, I realized this was another opportunity to turn their overreach into an advantage. The shed had always been more than just a storage space. It was strategically located near the pond, which the HOA had long coveted as a leisure spot. With their focus entirely on destroying my property, they failed to anticipate the consequences of their actions on the surrounding pond area. As the demolition began, I coordinated a subtle but highly effective response. The horses, previously grazing nearby, moved into formation around the shed and pond. Titania, my lead mare, positioned herself strategically to block direct access to sensitive areas. Geese and ducks patrolled the perimeter, honking loudly and forming a natural barrier that prevented the HOA officers from moving freely. Even the goats participated, nudging debris and obstacles in the path of the heavy machinery in a controlled manner. The demolition continued, but as the shed came down, something remarkable happened. The debris and rubble began to alter the pond's structure. Soil and wood fragments filled portions of the pond, creating new shallow areas and redirecting water flow. Within minutes, the once pristine leisure pond the HOA had prized so highly was transformed into a muddy, unusable swamp. Karen and her officers stood aghast, watching their $5 million recreational spot become a chaotic mess, all due to their own actions. I walked over, calm and collected, surveying the damage they had inadvertently caused. With a simple wave of my hand, I explained how the shed had been positioned to support irrigation, livestock access, and ecosystem balance. The HOA's attempt at beautification had resulted in environmental disruption that only I had the knowledge and authority to rectify. Their prized leisure pond, now a muddy marsh, was a tangible demonstration of the risks of meddling without understanding the full scope of the property. Karen, predictably, was furious. She shouted and waved her clipboard, demanding explanations and threatening legal action. I simply smiled, knowing that their interference had once again backfired spectacularly. The animals remained in their positions, calm yet authoritative, reinforcing the message that the farm's territory and operations were not to be trifled with. By mid-afternoon, the HOA had retreated, muttering about unintended consequences and miscommunication. The shed had been razed, but the farm had gained a strategic advantage. The pond's transformation made future intrusion even less appealing, and the animals' coordinated defense had been witnessed firsthand, further discouraging interference. That evening, as the sun set over the altered pond, the animals resumed their routines, grazing and patrolling the new terrain. The horses trotted along the banks, the geese patrolled the edges, and the goats explored the new shallow areas created by the debris. The farm had turned what was intended as destruction into a lesson in resilience, strategy, and the careful orchestration of natural and legal defenses. Once again, the HOA had learned nothing, except perhaps that their attempts to impose authority without understanding the ecosystem would always result in humiliation, wasted effort, and unintended consequences. The pond, now a muddy monument to their folly, stood as a testament to the power of preparation, planning, and the perfect coordination of human and animal intelligence.